Again, with Hicksunk Dracones, I shouldn't be settling on my own continent, I should be settling around the world. But I just want to make sure that no one jumps on the UK, and I just wanted to see if we could reset my trade routes. Is this going to work? Maybe next turn. Still got big old trade issues. Not sure why, but there you go. The Grand City of Sunderland. Get yourself a Royal Naval Dockyard going immediately. You need to contribute to the economy. We also have the tip of Scotland settled. Not quite the city of Stoke, but again, we're not complaining. Portugal is beginning to become a bit of a nuisance. Should be fine. We should be fine, but I would rather they just sort of back off and leave me alone a little bit here. So there's gunpowder. Typically, I've also just picked up colonialism. That seems like something that the British would get on board with. And Redcoat upgrades. Now, a little bit of a snag. I didn't realize, or slash forgot, that siege towers were obsolete by civil engineering, not by sanitation, which is what I thought they were. So we have no siege equipment at all. We may need to brute force this, but if there's anyone that can brute force anything in America, it's the Redcoats. 70 strength, 80 on another continent. These things are tough. And most importantly, very soon we will have cores of them. That in itself is a cause for celebration. Okay, we've been putting it off for a while. We need to industrialize. What is England without industrial capacity? Let the smoke fly into the air, I say. At the moment, if a city can trade with Ottawa, I can send a trade route. Otherwise, there is no other trade route I'm allowed. Oh no, that one has actually reset. Oh, thank goodness. What is with these trade routes? Come on, give me options. I've got options. I've got some options now. Oh no, did you see that? The options have disappeared. Never mind. Hoping these pubs are becoming quite good now. Yeah, starting to pull in a lot of food. A lot of fun. Additional yields. All right, I think Philadelphia definitely is the target we want to go for here. So here come the Redcoats. They're not going to be an invincible, unkillable army, but they certainly are very, very tough, and we can do a lot of pillaging around this area, weaken the city, stop them really from having too much of a defense. Plus, look at all of these spare Redcoats we have. As soon as we've got niter is the issue. Once we get a bit more of that, we'll be able to infinitely upgrade them. Baltimore looks like that's going to flip again, but don't worry, we'll pull that back pretty quickly. The Swedish city has fallen. Now, Sweden is refusing to peace out. Because of the emergency, they want an obscene amount of gold, but maybe if I give this city back, it takes a lot of the gold away, but not all of it. Just leave me be. Just cutting down all of the fish on me fourth ring of Amsterdam. Just boosting the population. Pingala is looking very, very tidy in that city, and I'm actually now thinking America may have won this war with me, because it's just impossible to keep loyalty, and I cannot cut in here. So I'm wondering if I just take a big old peace deal with them, get a load of gold per turn, leave them be. I could return Washington, Cincinnati, Baltimore, see what sort of gold per turn we can get from that. We might be able to get a pretty good deal. I mean, I have complete control of the coast. I have absolute monopoly on all sea warfare units. It's just a case of being able to push in. Not picking up any siege towers was my big mistake here. At least Philadelphia is now sieged. That is handy enough. So currently peace is worth about 66 gold per turn, but if I was to return everything, worth about 195 gold per turn. Oh, that would seriously buoy my economy, but I would have to give back America. I could attack Norway instead. Go for a bunch of these much easier to kill cities. Take my revenge there, but it would leave an American superpower. Canada's also looking pretty scary. Canada, I think, is the tech leader. 45 techs to my 32, and they are racing ahead here. And as we know, Canada, totally unkillable. It's going to tap a couple of these Dutch cities as well. I just want to make sure if there is a chance of getting a peace deal, we're going to grab one, and often doing a bit of damage to a city will cause the AI to panic. But let me redirect against Portugal, thinking about it, which isn't too bad an idea. I'm going to see if I can get Baltimore back and trade. Oh no, I can liberate that. Oh, yeah, sod it. Let's do it. Let's give the cities back. This feels like a bit of a cop-out, but I have to respect American independence for now. Yep, there we go. 150 gold per turn, 1,000 up front. I'll be back, America. Don't you worry about that. Oh, all of my units have been teleported. Never mind. Can I have open board? Oh, I feel scammed. Okay, and now all of my units, we are heading down to Portugal. A lot less defended, a lot more coastal, very, very much more attackable. Portugal and England have had an alliance for years and years and years, best of friends. I'm just going to make that friendship a little bit more, complete. Let's put it that way. This city-state, by the way, I absolutely am taking it, because Bioluminescence Bay. Fishing boats yield +1 science for any civilization that owns this tile. Science from fishing boats. Oh, Now, you see, I've given back Etmananki. I am aware of that. I know that I've given that back. I've lost a bit of science from it, probably about 40 per turn, but I'm getting the gold. We'll be back as well. Just like before, we're going to industrialize and get to battleships. Once I've got to battleships, Philadelphia, just saying that. No, none of these cities are still that obtainable. No, I've got to actually rush till planes. I've got to return with planes, I think. No, America is far too inland. Everyone else can be bullied at sea. Oh, I forgot we had a navigable Mississippi on this map. Oh, maybe that would have been a better way of getting to America, eh? Come on, give up, give up. You know you want to. Let me take you over. 146 signs, just remember that number. 168. Now, we may trigger another emergency because of this city-state. I know. Because of that, I'm going to treat myself to just a little bit more diplomatic favor. I'm losing it at minus 10 per turn. That's atrocious. I just need to have a little bit, like 2 or 3 turns worth, just in case an emergency pops in. Oh, interestingly, Tech Boost was just stopped in the city of Sheffield, which is not by any means our best tech city. Interesting. AI throwing around some very random things there. Magnus back into London. Victor, go and keep Caguana safe. Not that it's looking too bad, to be honest. It's all fine. Oh, and these ships of the line, they are now beginning to level up. None of these were level 2 in that last battle. That's one of the reasons we were not struggling. Struggling's the wrong word, but we definitely were having a bit more of a fight than maybe we would have wanted to. Now, Portugal do have some very strong caravels, but I think everything else will be absolutely fine, especially when we start throwing redcoats. I now have a little bit more population in these cities as well, so we're going to treat myself to 1, 2, and then in this city, we're going to go for 1, 2, 3. Let things shuffle about, and we're working 20 science and another 10, so that's got me to 200 science per turn now. I am the second or third person to get to 200. I think Canada might have been jumping around there earlier. Here we go. Let's get rid of some grievances by liberating back to America. You see, look, America, I'm a lovely person. I'm not doing it for the dip play favor in case someone calls an emergency. Oh, look, they're about to call an emergency. Oh, me, I'm peaceful. I liberate cities. I never conquer them. Actually, somehow, oh my goodness. Yeah, by decimating the population around here, America's going to lose these 2 cities to Canada anyway. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you're welcome, Canada. You are welcome. That's a big peace deal, but it's nowhere near as big as America offered me. I've been spoiled peace deal-wise, Portugal. You're going to have to do better than that. How do you need such a boring people? Mapuche, don't make me come down there, because I will. I will come down there and I will hit you hard. Also, Netherlands, I am bored of this war. Please, can we peace out? I don't want to wait 6 turns for this emergency to go away. Very frustrating. Right, I'm going to lose all this dip play favor anyway, so I'll put 5 votes against it, and we can hope that nobody joins in with this, but we are at war with Portugal, Sweden, and the Dutch already, so they may all pile in on this one. They piled in on this one. Ah, and other people have joined in. Interesting. Norway and Spain have joined in. All right, well then, let me just quickly think about things. Norway, you appear to have a bunch of cities on my coast. Wouldn't that be a shame if someone was forced to go and seek them out? My military ally is doing really, really well for me, by the way. Anytime anyone declares war on me, she gets involved, I get +5 against all of the units. Units are really the thing that stops you from winning or losing wars in this regard, so it's all fantastic. Look, I'm putting pubs down still. You thought I'd forgotten about the pubs. I haven't forgotten about the pubs. So as you can see, Hamar, Alsund, Bjarkøy, all of these need to be taken on. Is the Congress still producing units? It is. Oh, okay. I wish Ship of the Line wasn't so expensive, but we could privateer this. Oh, if you hadn't noticed, Sea Dogs were replaced by Ships of the Line in this mod because they're so much better. I mean, Sea Dogs, what was that? Let's be honest. Come on. No one needed that. It's actually moving this navy in a different direction, but all of these different troops, well, better send all these to Norway, hey? Including my 9 movement ironclad fleet. This thing is an absolute bomb. And hello, I've already found one of your cities. Hello. Norway saw this emergency and thought, call the ambulance. And then I came in and said, not for me. I rule the waves. I have 1,700 strength of nothing but longbows and ships of the line. I'm all about long 2-day objects, you know? Lines, strings, anything that can be represented in 2 dimensions. That's what the English Empire is all about. Time to snack on Porto. Let me in. Don't worry about anything. Or even the Redcoats can have a good attack here. Bam. This longbowman has been firing at this single encampment for about 700 years now. That's all they've been doing. They've barely scratched it. It's just one of those things. It's like, who are you? Why do you insist on fighting me? Attack, attack, attack. Just watching everything sink in beautiful formation, and oh dear Porto, you appear to be exposed and I appear to have taken over your city. Oh no. Especially because you've already got a Royal Naval Dockyard. That helps me with loyalty. The thing I like taking over Portugal cities for is they're very heavy on harbours, but they're just as heavy on putting campuses down because obviously it's their unique building. So they're always really, really fun to go and take over. The English are coming. Oh, hey, I actually mitigated a flood. Oh my goodness, are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. It gave food to my pub. Of course it did. Nationalism, right, fleets, cores, all the sort of fun stuff. Magnus, this is my capital. I need provision back in this city because it's all I'm doing is producing settlers. And then we're going to work our way up. Vertical integration, industrialist. We're going to make London an absolute powerhouse. Don't forget, we were all about industrializing. Workshop of the World is barely giving me anything at the moment. Barely giving me anything at all. We're just getting started. My current question to myself is how much of Portugal's land do I want to take? And the only answer I can really come up with when I think about that is just yes. Yes, I would like their land. All of it. Let's move my ships of the line all in into nice bombardier positions. Ooh, the Knight of Aviz. Fender of the Beef. Cool looking units. There's some really, really cool stuff. I'm looking forward to just having a proper go at as many civilizations with this mod or set of mods as I can because, yeah, it's a lot of good, fun stuff. But as you can see, once the ships of the line all get involved, yeah, we break down doors pretty quickly, and we've got a lot of spare gold now. So as you can see, we are making some more redcoats. Really, it's gold and niter kind of playing out at the same time. But Portugal, I'm actually really glad that we put down the war with America for a little bit. We'll come back, but Portugal we're having a lot more luck with. Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes Americans win a war with independence against England, and you just have to accept that. The difference is, as opposed to IRL, we'll be coming back. There are random berserkers just chilling around at sea. I like that, and I also hate it at the same time. Let's just quickly go and kill as many as we can. And over in this direction, you can see we are now taking a bunch of Norway's cities all at once. Don't mind me, just helping myself to as many as physically possible. You attacked me. I will stress this again. You attacked me. I mean, admittedly, I may have started it by declaring war on the world, but I'm English. What did you expect me to do? I got bored. I created an empire. I just drew a circle around Blighty and went, right, I want everything around it. This is what I mean. On a beautiful island, a +2 campus with a university pre-built in it. Now, I could be raiding this stuff. That would probably be quite handy, but nope, I'm just gonna take it as it is. Oh, gentle eruption, just a tickle. Nothing too bad. I think I don't even need any more boats to attack this city. 1, and then 2. We just embark, disembark, do the whole little shenanigan-y thing. -7. Nope. Get in there, Victor. Keep it safe. And already we are on Lisbon. Lisbon's walls are Renaissance. These may take a couple more turns to defeat than we have seen before. I'll be honest, babe. I'm not expecting them to take too long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And already we have defeated almost half of their strength. So yeah, something tells me we'll be okay. Spain have really clawed into the territory of Portugal here. How dare they? How very dare they? Oh, I'm clawing up the science lead now. 35 techs for me versus 46 from Canada. Still 11, but Canada are way ahead of everyone else. Actually, look, 38 techs for Bolivar. I'm 3 techs behind 4th place. Oh, yes. Just grinding a little bit of science from World Wonders, building a few campuses, getting trade routes up, getting fishing boats, which are giving me science. Look, I'm building campuses and libraries everywhere. This is starting to pay off now. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a whole lot. Industrialization. Please give me so much coal I don't even know what to do with it. This is annoyingly under a lumber mill, but I have it, and that's under a city. Is that all I've got? Seriously. 2 sources of coal. What is with this game? First of all, I had no niter. Then, now I've got no coal. 12 sources on the map, but I've discovered. Okay. Oh no. Resources off the coast of Argentina. The English in me is stirring. So that is a decent source. America, of course, has a bunch. Should have known. There's some up there. Oh, I'm going to claim a second source. Okay, so that will be 3 sources of coal with +2, which means we'll be getting about 12 per turn or 15. I can never remember how much coal you actually dig out of the ground. 3 per turn. 3 per turn. Yeah, okay. So I should be getting 5 per turn. Nice, that's 15 in total. Oh, that's plenty of coal to industrialize with. Actually, this ironclad is finally, for the first time in ages, going to heal. This entire game, it's been unable to heal, but now it can. Another admiral. We have almost a monopoly on all admirals. Nelson, oh, he's still my beating heart. It's Nelson, everyone. Just in time for a war with Spain. Keep on besieging Lisbon. Don't let them get away. Oh, yep. This is a Redcoat core. Cause for alarm? No, nothing at all. Bam. Lisbon is mine. And I have a source of niter. Oh my goodness, an actual source of niter. Never did I think I'd see the day. So we're going to take Funchal and Beja. They actually have access to Roraima here. Oh yes, this is just a mission, I think. An accidental mission to claim every single world wonder on the map. That's Valencia. I don't specifically need to go that far inland for Valencia. Spain and in peace with Spain may be more tempting than anything else. But the pubs though, the pubs, they're so good. Keep putting them down. And we're beginning to industrialize now, which means I can go to a factory, which is again +4 production when it's powered because of the English ability. All I need is coal power. All I need is coal power. Next turn, we've got to wait. But this whole area is going to become so good. Well, we've industrialized and I have a ton of coal. Battleships? I'm reluctant to give up ships of the line because they're so powerful. I mean, 60 range strength +7 if they're next to another one is 67 strength. Battleships actually only have 70, so they're only a +3 upgrade, but the difference is that they have another range. I think it's probably not worth it. Let's go for flight. Planes are going to be the only way we're going to get back into America, and let me tell you, I need to get back into America. I feel a loss. I feel an itch. Only the reclamation of America can scratch. Here we go. Coal power plant, 18 production. Power to everyone. Oh, we have officially become London. Smoky, disgusting, no one wants to live there. Just like the real thing. I don't often show you these between turn things because they very rarely impact the game, but I like it sometimes when you look at the moderate flood and then your attention is drawn to the top right with fire and English ships, and I'm like, nothing to see there. Just naval dominance happening in action. Oh yes, London, it's powered. That means the production is now spreading, specifically in this region. So Hull, Rouen, Leeds, Bristol, all converted. Now Sheffield and Sunderland just need a little bit from Leeds and we'll be there. Next city on the chopping block. Just keep taking them, keep expanding into every island we can get. And another city taken from Norway. Puts me up to 28 cities now. Lovely. Another source of coal. It's not being improved properly, but we can get people into that pretty quickly. Military emergency is over, by the way. I do have to ask myself the question of which one is that's over? No one can really remember. We've been fighting for so long. Truly, we are all doomed, but it's all fine. Where to now? Natural history. I think water parks would help a lot. Another city falls to me. Oh, Portugal. Thank you so much for settling as you have. It's very handy for me. Beja. Can only attack it from one particular location, but that's okay because the Redcoats should do the rest. And that's the city of Cairo. This was one of the cities, I believe, must have been one of the barbarian cities, but this one loaded in a little better than others. So we might be able to claim both of these. Roraima will be achieved. There we go. We've got a bit of peace now. As soon as the emergency runs out, the Dutch are like, yeah, sure, peace. Your navy is frightening. Do I stay at war with Sweden though? My navy is on the way over from Norway to go and finish Norway off, or at least give them a little bit of a slap down. But Sweden could be a really good target for me here. They're on the coast. What sort of peace deal are you offering me? 4 gold per turn. Now, you know what? I would rather stay at war with you in the nicest possible way. War, for me, is better. Can you tell which one's Portugal's capital by the hundreds of trade routes in it? I always like to see that. Okay, I think we should be pretty close now to being able to attack both of these cities. There's Cairo, 6 population, and that's a really nice campus there. And here's Beja. We have obtained Roraima. There we go. What sort of campus is this? +4. Nice. And owned jungle tiles do not reduce the appeal of adjacent plots. So you'll see my appeal in the Amazon now begin to go up quite considerably. Yeah, Portugal was pretty pleased for peace. I've knocked them off the coast, which for Portugal is going to be a bit of a problem, especially because their new trading city has no harbour. It's also too far away from the sea in all directions. Oh no, what a shame that is. But we now have pretty much uninterrupted access to this South American coast, I should say, which is lovely. Spain is more difficult to get to. Pillaging a little bit, but they're not really on the coast and they don't have a lot of stuff. Although actually Bilbao and Cartagena, let's head that way. These look like very obtainable targets. If it's on the coast, then it's almost almost like the AI wants me to have it. That's the way I look at it. The industrial era, when England will begin to shine. Let's take a quick look now and see what golden age will suit me well. Now, I really like Hic Sunc Dracones. Extra loyalty is useful, but the extra population, the extra movement speed, very handy. However, reform the coinage. This could be really useful considering how much war I'm doing. My traders keep getting picked off, and making them unable to be plundered is very handy. To arms would be very useful because I'd be able to generate cool wars. But there's enough reasons to go to war at the moment, but I think just going reform the coinage and just being rich, this is by far the best for me. Yeah, we just went from 800 to 1,250 gold per turn. Wow, that'll do. That'll do. Pop veterancy back in. We've got craftsman, Republican legacy, triangular trade, trade confederation, colonial taxes, anything that gives me trade route related yields in any way. Looking forward to going to democracy or communism or something that gives me more policy cards. Policy cards are the ones I need. And now actually I can look to settle anywhere on my own continent because I'm no longer getting the bonus. Ugh, we were one turn away from doing this one. That's a shame. Oh, did Portugal just go? Oh, Portugal just went into a golden age. That's annoying. All right, we need to build the loyalty up around this area. Porto is stable. Viseu and Lisbon, however, not so much. Best way we could do that is just to increase population in the area. Spain's cities are quite well protected, actually. Field cannons, walls, there's a lot of damage that can be dealt to me. I've got to be careful. I don't want my navy to disintegrate. The grand city of Hamar falls. Again, loyalty ever proving an issue. It means I can just cycle my troops around now a little bit, which is lovely, and my redcoat has arrived. Next up, Nidaros. Cartagena needs to fall this turn, ideally. Luckily for me, I have a lot of ships in the area all hammering at the walls, and bam, it's mine. It's mine, which means I can now take a Bilbao. That city also flips to me. Both of them have, like 0 loyalty. Lovely. Loyalty is proving problematic. Very problematic. Maybe we're going to have to go inland and capture a couple more cities. Unless maybe Carthage, I could get some sort of cultural alliance with them. That might work as well. More governors. Deploy to the various cities that I need to hold on to. We're going to need more. We're going to need a lot more governors. Still, that's the Grand Master's Chapel. That is very handy because now we can pray in fully fledged cores if I've got the buildings. Settling now right into Scotland just to make more pubs. Always more pubs. Canada is now building research labs, by the way. We just got news of that. So they're a little bit ahead of me in tech still. 261 science per turn. We're on 284. And we have caught up to 4th now. 40 techs to their 47. We are slowly catching up just by this sheer weight of how many cities we've got. 36 cities, 195 population as opposed to their 9 cities and 88 population with about double the base. But unfortunately for us, the AI gets about double production bonuses or yield bonuses generally from being Deity. So alas, I don't think we are as far ahead as maybe we would like to be. Never mind, it's all good. It is what it is. We've got Horatio Nelson. So what more do we need? For light, I would quite like to unlock research labs of my own. At that point, Leeds, Bristol, London, Sunderland, Newcastle, all of these cities need to be generating their own campuses. But in the meantime, here's a Ferris wheel, and here are some settlers. I think I may have inevitably and irreversibly affected North American relations by attacking America when I did. Boston, Baltimore, Cincinnati are all going to flip to Canada. Wow. Yeah, this is not going to be the same continent that I return to later, but look at my little empire, right? We've got, obviously, the UK now pretty much settled. Another settler just to sort of settle on the tip of Ireland there. Then we have Greenland and Iceland. Quite a lot of Scandinavian interest. Denmark, the Netherlands, Brittany, a lot of the Caribbean, Florida, Portugal, and a little bit of South America. Not far off where the European colonies were at the beginning. We're at the top of South America, but a little bit far away. Now, I will lose a couple of these cities to loyalty. Looks like Cartagena and Bilbao may disappear. As soon as Spain wants to make peace, then we could possibly give those back, but otherwise I'm just going to keep attacking them. Mali is in a normal age. I think I'm just going to continue my cruise down the coast. I don't need to really keep going with a lot of these wars. They don't need to actually give me anything in the long run. I just need to keep invading, keep using the power of my fleet whilst I can. Also, Lake Retba gives me 2 gold for each unique copy of a luxury I've got. I've quite a few of those. I could do with a little bit more gold per turn. That's lovely. I get the feeling as we sweep down the African coast, none of these cities cities are going to be very easy to take and hold with loyalty, but it's not going to stop me. We're going to just keep moving down the coast, causing chaos in our midst, never being content. I think that's the best and only thing we can do, really. I mean, ultimately, what's the worst that's going to happen? We leave anarchy in our midst? I mean, it'll be fine. Can I just say, I love the fact that because Lake Retba is on the coast, I can sail directly into it. That's really funny. I'm not sure why I find that so funny, but I do. It's wonderful. Look, Cartagena, if you want to do your own thing, I do respect that, kind of, but I would prefer if you didn't. I'd prefer if you stayed put. Thank you very much. Don't make me come back here. Okay, Mali City taken down the coast. I have the Sahara. Any civilization that owns at least one of these tiles receives 1 era score from historic moments if that moment is usually worth at least 4. Ah, so it's like another version of Taj Mahal. Interesting. Okay, again, loyalty not looking particularly good. No matter, we forge ahead anyway. Never has the loyalty of its subjects ever stopped the English. We keep going. I mean, as I say, if nothing else, we just cause absolute chaos. 208 science from a single pillage. This is where the Redcoats start to really earn their keep. Okay, we're now pushing towards chemistry. We know Canada has it already. That's no fun. We don't like the fact they've got chemistry, but we'll keep pushing anyway. London has an aquarium, everyone. Panic not. We've got extra fish. Actually, that adds even more science to our fishing boats. Oh, it's good. We should do that more. Amsterdam could use one of those. Military emergency. Oh my goodness, yes. I think people who attack others in this game should be absolutely stomped on. What a disappointing turnaround. Can we attack and destroy this city? This one, I think, is key to keeping a lot of the ones in the area loyal. Oh, my redcoat doesn't have the movement. You know what I'm missing right now? Hic Sunc Dracones. I would make this a lot easier. A lot easier indeed. My science is really starting to go up a lot. Canada's is as well. That is a bit of a problem. They have actually overtaken me slightly as I've been teching up, but I'm pulling ahead of everyone else now. As long as we can just keep Canada in our sights, I think we will be okay. That may be trickier to do than maybe I would like, though. We've got a lot of shipyards being built still. The Aztec are looking mighty coastal, but got stuff to do at the moment. We've got places to be. Africa is calling. That is Ireland. Conquered, which of course, being so flat makes the Incans happy, seemingly. Okay, don't question Incan logic, it just works. Now we're taking Swedish cities. This is only a 1 population city on the coast of Denmark, so it's not the most ideal, but it should give me access to another couple of cities on their borders. It might also convince Sweden to give me peace. Oh, actually, they were looking for peace anyway. Can we extort them? How much are you going to give me? 26 gold per turn. I'll let them stew on that for a second. They may give me more. Military emergency after military emergency. Come now. What's going on here? I could, in theory, join in on the one against Pedro. That would explore a lot of the map for me, and it would break off a couple of the wars I'm fighting at the moment and just let me recalibrate. I've got enough targets to go for. That wouldn't be the worst thing, just to shuffle the game up a little bit, see what happens. It didn't go through. Alright, and a bunch of people have actually declared war on me as well. Portugal. Portugal is the main one. Portugal have decided that they are now going to come at me again. Caguana, and it's Cairo. Cairo is the city the military emergency is for. That is not the city I would have wanted to have that on. Never mind. I guess this kind of gives me now the reason that I needed to go and attack Portugal, take Spain out of the game. Fine, if you want me to conquer Iberia, if you insist that I do it, I shall. This wasn't my idea though. I intended to be one peaceful sausage. Can you not see that based on all of my other actions in this game? So peaceful. So peaceful. We're gonna need a lot of siege weaponry thinking about it. To get through. Although I guess advanced flight chemistry, there's a lot of stuff that'll help me. All right, we'll just hold out for a bit. Tech is turning. Tech is turning towards my favor the longer I leave it. I believe that is Norway's capital taken. Is it loyal? Yes. Oh, thank goodness. I was tired of things not being loyal. Good to see. All right, this army is now going to start healing and then making its way round to deal with Sweden. Another city taken on Mali's coast. Again, I suspect the loyalty here will be atrocious, and it is. But actually, every time I take one, it makes the next city a little bit easier to hold. So we'll keep going. We'll keep moving the navy around. We'll keep taking our fight to the next city and the next city. Will we ever stop? Do we know how to stop? These are good questions, and I'm not sure I have the answer. Replaceable parts, and I've unlocked exploration because I'm going to switch to a merchant republic. Now, I need to work a little bit more on my loyalty. Loyalty is a big problem. This is one of those really good ways of doing it. Now, craftsman is fantastic, and I love love it to bits. Whilst my nation is conquering, I need to really make sure we keep as many cities as I can loyal so that I can actually keep them on side. So, Republican legacy, that has to go in. Colonial officers, 3 loyalty per turn for cities not on my original continent. That makes a big difference. That's all of them. And whilst there's a lot of fun stuff like retainers, logistics, raid, I'm going to pick up 2 loyalty per turn for cities with a garrisoned unit. Looks like happiness might begin to become a problem in a little bit, but it might be okay just for now. Triangular trade is useful. Do I want the gold or the science? Because I could put natural philosophy in. I could put naval infrastructure in for a bit of production. I'm going to do that instead of triangular trade. Actually, that works better for me. Tiny bit of a gold hit, but it works on my core cities a little bit better. Right. Now the loyalty won't be quite as bad. Just a small smidge. As long as I've got a unit in a city, we can do quite a lot with it. Oh, that's annoying where that's left my unit there, but never mind. Did I mention that I'm building pubs? Still building pubs everywhere, including, I saw like a 1-tile island over here. Isn't this the worst and best pub you could ever make? Just on an island. What's the reason of being on my island? To go to the pub. There are genuine places in the UK that are like that. Just random Scottish islands where there's nothing but a single pub that's been run for years. Sort of so hard to get to that it almost becomes part of the joy of it all. This game has been plagued, however, by this trade route bug. I cannot actually refresh my trade routes. As long as a trade route was in existence when the bug happened, aka a city could see Ottawa, I can trade, but every other city is just really struggling to, so I'm just having to randomly move my trade routes around and hope, just pray they can reach something useful. Like, oh yeah, like I can't see any routes, but this one was trading with Paris, so I'm okay to renew it. It's really weird, and it's massively hampering my game, but what can you do? Sometimes you just have to accept that that's just how things go. This beautiful whirlwind that we call Civ 6. This is a really good example of how crazy loyalty can be in Civ 6, because there's so many things that at play as we pick up conservation. Nice. The size of population, the distance of a city, whether you're in a golden age or not. Portugal is the one claiming the city, even though Spain and Carthage are closer. Crazy. Yeah, Portugal must be the one in a golden age. They are. So much more loyalty pressure. There you go. Now, we have unlocked naturalists, which normally isn't a big deal when culture victory is turned off. But for me, it's a really, really handy and reliable source of happiness. Amenities. I've got 40 cities at the moment, and they are incredibly difficult to keep happy. Speaking of keeping happy, you're my ally. You're not going anywhere, whether you like it or not. You are a very, very useful source of combat strength. There you go. She's still joining in on wars as well. As a Rome, I have no intention of coming into the Mediterranean at the moment. But if a huge war kicks off at some point, then I'll start taking over Africa. But you know, that's another story. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluk 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!